All right, what's up, guys? So I wanted to kind of do a little video. I haven't posted in like 2, 3 years, but I don't know where this is gonna go. I don't know what this is gonna be exactly, but I kind of want to walk you guys through an update, what's going on, and what point I'm at with my journey. So I'm gonna go heat up a meal. I just trained back, and I'll kind of talk while I do everything. So let's get it started. So I ended up competing this last weekend, and this was my second show, and I'd say it went pretty good. I won both weight classes I was in, and I think the most important part though was being compared to some good competitors there. The show was really just to see where I'm at, and then more like analysis. That way, my coach knows I can understand my body a lot better. And we were going to do 2 shows, but I decided that I got the feedback that we needed, and I'm excited. So right now we're currently rebounding. I'll put my diet up around here, one of the sides, and show you guys what I'm doing. And then tomorrow we might actually bump some stuff up. And honestly, I'm just excited to kind of walk you guys through everything through this journey. We're going to bulk back up, slowly increase the weight by like a pound or two a week. Yeah, I mean the prep, it was definitely had its moments. Of course, competing is difficult and hard, but I will say I don't want to say it was easy, but it was smooth for sure. It was about a 20-week prep, and we really just cruised into the show. Nothing too crazy. The show didn't have as much competitors as there could be, but it's just the way it is. Okay, so I finished my meal, and I kind of just wanted to recap on a few things on what went on during this prep. So we started 20 weeks out, so around I think it was January, around that time. I need to go back and do the math, but so like I think towards the end of January, and then I went from a bulk. I honestly don't remember how much I was eating in the beginning. I have to say the way that we prepped this time, by far way better than last time. My stress was way low. Um, I have a sales job now, so instead of doing physical labor, my body isn't being impacted a whole lot. And to me, I think that honestly made the switch, because when my body's stressed physically, it affects me mentally. Especially when I first started working with Tig, I was working for Amazon delivery, and I'm surprised that we did put on we did do the surplus as much as we did. But I tell you what, that job beat the hell out of me, and I don't want to sit here and complain. But I also think that for longevity, I need to do something that doesn't revolve around me picking up heavy stuff all day long, walking up flights of stairs. So I made the conscious decision that I'm going to get a office job. And at first, I didn't really like that, but it got me here. So, and it pays for bodybuilding, and that's the most important part, because my biggest goal is I do want to progress in bodybuilding, but I also don't want it to completely ruin my life financially. So I just need to have the peace of mind that I can afford my own place and I can afford bodybuilding. And truth be told, you do things correctly, it's not as expensive as you think food wise. Now, competing at a competition, that can get expensive, but I mean, it's just really just tightening down the budget and really making it work. Obviously, like the fun stuff like pre-workout isn't really necessary in my opinion. If anything, I'll go to a store or I'll just bum some off of a friend. But like this prep, I kept caffeine relatively low, and to be honest with you, I actually was drinking way more caffeine in the beginning of prep than I was during, and then I limited it from energy drinks to just plain coffee with a little bit of cinnamon and every now and then some of the equal aspartame, which, that's another conversation for another day. Didn't overdo that either. Really just kept everything balanced. And the food, like I said, man, everything was consistent. We didn't drop I think we dropped the food about like a big drop, um, like 6 weeks out. I'd say 8 to 6 week mark was like, okay, we're gonna tighten things up now. We lowered the carbs, but here's the thing: when I was like between the 8 and 6 week mark, I will say we lowered the carbs, but I still had a high day on back and leg days. And then as we were getting closer, I'd say like 5 to 4 weeks out, that's when it was just a low carb day throughout the whole entire thing. Another cool thing is I think I only had one refeed meal. I mean, I hate calling it that because when you plan it, it's on the plan. And literally, yeah, twice. We had sushi twice. And the sushi was just your basic raw fish and rice. So it was plain. I didn't get to have all the fun, like the fun sushi rolls that I like, which is fine. And the big difference from this prep to last prep is last prep I had the cheat meals, and I think honestly I do better without the cheat meals. I do way better without the cheat meals. Um, just because I don't think it's really necessary. Because when your body gets used to the food, I think just having like bumping up your carbs is good. But like I said, I don't think eating junk food is really necessary. Clean whole foods all the way. At least with this experience, I enjoyed it. And then, so yeah, and then of course the last like 2 weeks, things obviously things get a little trickier. You're starting to, for some people they absolutely hate it, and some people they like it. And I was in the mix of I really didn't crave anything throughout the whole prep. I I mean, of course, like if I want, I mean, of course, like if I could have a cheeseburger, I'd eat it type of thing. But I wasn't like crying for it. And I pretty much told my coach, I'm like, man, like I just want to give this my all as you should for every prep. But I'm like, no, like I don't, I'm just so locked in on this. And I think another thing this prep taught me was the whole, like really dialing in the mentality of like, you know, you're going to diet year round and this is going to be a thing. So I don't see the point on labeling food and like junk food, like labeling all that. I don't really think it's necessary. I mean, if you like, I've already made improvements off of eating 100% clean every now and then the junk, but I feel way better without eating the junk. And I feel way better, obviously, with whole foods. Who would have thought? Now, when you're in a surplus and you eat a bunch of, like, let's say, like 6,000 calories of whole foods, it gets uncomfortable. But at the same time, when you're full, it's not like a full of like I'm gonna like be sick because there's so much fat and like sugar in it. It's more of like I'm full, and I really can't explain that one quite yet. But I'm a big fan of just eating clean all the time. When you're with family, occasionally, go out and get the food that you want. But at the end of the day, I'm also super just locked in. Like, I really want to maximize my results. And if I don't get any fun food for a long time, I literally am like, okay, cool. I won't eat the fun food. So that's the ramble about dieting. And I get in these rambles all the damn time. Another thing that I'd say I'm really proud of during this prep was moving out in the middle of it. And I honestly thought I kept using the excuse of like, oh, well, I'm just going to wait till after prep to move. And I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait. And I was like, no, man, like I can afford it now. I'm going to go move out. And like I said, I was in the middle of a prep. I think I was like 6 weeks out, and me and my roommate were like, dude, let's do it. We did it. And I want to say that right there really helped dial in prep just even more, because now that I have my own place and the atmosphere is great, it's literally just like my own thing. And I don't have to worry about cooking food too late. I don't have to worry about cooking food too early. Vice versa, because I like to prep my meals the night before the next day. That way I can sleep in, make my breakfast, and go. And I did that pretty much all prep, and that helped me out tons. Now, I could have prepped my food for the whole week, but obviously I was like, I would rather just do it the night of and make that a routine. And it's a routine now, and I'm just going to carry that for this next part of the journey. But going on these side tangents. Outside of that, I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I've had and that like being able to move out during the prep, being able to compete, and I just it was just kind of like I said, this prep was very freeing for me, and it just proves that when you put 110% in and you do the best that you can, it will show regardless of placing. Like at this point, like I said, like me and my coach, placings are cool, but right now this is about making my physique and improving it. And I'm doing that right now. And I can't say how grateful I am and how blessed I am to be able to do that on a regular basis. And that is what really makes me excited to get up and go do things. And that's just the way I think, and that's just how I am with things. Um, I get very, very focused on things. And another thing that I wanted to prioritize is family, because when you're locked in on things, sometimes it's something you forget about your family. But you know, I think there's seasons where you're just really, really focused, and I definitely had that. But my family, I'm very blessed, and I love my family, and I'm very glad that they supported me. Um, Man, I'm just great. I'm just grateful in general. Like this video turned into like what I'm grateful for, but I love it because like I'm just very, very positive, man. Like, man, this prep just like I said, very freeing. Way more positivity in this one, and I think another thing that really gave me this boost of confidence was really just giving myself permission to just go and do it. Um, just give myself permission to be like, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. And obviously, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell you like where I'll be in the next few years. I just want to show, and I just wanted to tell you guys what has been going on this past year or two. I don't even know the last time I uploaded. Just tons of improvements in all areas of life. But now I'm in a place where I can really just dial everything in and really see what I can do. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and talk, like I said, preach to you guys what I'm going to do. I'm going to document it and show you guys. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. More will come out. Don't know exactly when, but this video is a lot of me just talking and rambling. But it needed to be done, and I felt it on my heart to share with you guys where I'm at, and I want to show you guys what's going to happen as it goes along. So this is going to be an interesting year, I think, and I'm just in a very good headspace, and I know that I'm very grateful for that, because there's probably going to be times where things aren't as positive. I don't know. I can't read the future, but anyway, enough rambling. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Please subscribe. I'm not going to ask you guys to do the rest. Just if you want to watch my journey, watch it. And if you don't, I don't care. Click off. But anyway, you guys have a blessed day and go kick some ass.